Welcome back to Random Edge Productions. I am Tristan. I'm glad you're here. We've got a video today. It's a one by Allen Parr. Now, I don't know much about Allen Parr except that he's got 1.2 million followers. He's done very well on the YouTube horizon, and he's a minister, preacher. He's a Christian who speaks a lot about things that are good in the church and things that aren't good in the church. And I've also done some reading on those that would, or viewing, I guess would be not reading, but viewing of some that would critique him and maybe even label him a false teacher. I don't know about that. I haven't heard anything that I would accuse him of being a false teacher. Anyway, he's got a video, and it's titled An Honest Talk About the Future of This YouTube Channel. There's a few things that piqued my interest, is that he had honest in his title. I like honesty, and if I'm honest with you, well, I mean, that's the goal. If I'm not honest with you, then you wouldn't think much of me. Anyway, so I want to share that. I want to share this video. We're going to be looking at Allen Parr, and he's got the YouTube channel, The Beat. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Oh, by the way, I've already seen this. I've edited it down a bit. It's originally, I think it's almost 20 minutes, and I've condensed it down. So if you want to see the whole video, you can go to his channel and look this up. An Honest Talk About the Future of This YouTube Channel by Allen Parr, and his channel is The Beat. Without skipping a beat, I'm going to move on and just press this button. We're going to show you what we got.
Guys, this is a video that, if I'm being completely honest with you, is not a video that I ever really wanted to make and planned on making, because it's going to require me to be very vulnerable, transparent, and real with you all as I discuss candidly kind of the future of this YouTube channel and just honestly where I'm at right now, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, as it relates to YouTube.
I appreciate that. Again, I don't know him that well, but the flavor that he's presenting right now is one of transparency, of honesty. And if you've watched my channel, you know I'm somewhat cringy and do weird stuff, but I hope the overall flavor is that I'm just trying to be myself. And I'm not trying to be somebody different than I am, unless I'm putting on a wig and acting weird, but that's acting. When it comes to representing what I believe or want to do, I try to be pretty clear. And I don't want to chase down the latest thing just to get more popularity and another click on my subscribe button. Though if you want to, you're welcome to do that. Anyway, he's going to be sharing about his journey, and he's been doing it, I think it was 8 years, and I'm green around the gills. I still got my training wheels on when it comes to this YouTube stuff.
A couple of months ago, I'd say about a month ago, I had this great milestone, if you will, where I passed over 1 million subscribers on this channel, and everybody was singing my praises, and everybody was sending me congratulatory messages and all of that.
So yeah, he was riding the wave, and in the world's eyes, that's a great accomplishment. But you can, it's like the pursuit of wealth, and you may have heard the analogies that you chase after money, and when you finally get it, it doesn't fill the void or satisfy the way you wanted it to, or you've been somewhat disillusioned about it. I think that's what he's going through.
What should have been a really, really exciting time of celebration as we look at that milestone, it was experienced with mixed emotions, if I'm just being completely honest with you all.
if he wasn't completely honest with us, what would he be? Allen, always be honest. You know that.
What I started doing is I looked at the number of subscribers that I had amassed. You know, 1 million people clicked that button and said they want to subscribe. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. But then I allowed negativity and discouragement to kind of creep in because I started looking at my views on a lot of the videos that I was putting out at that time. And
so you saw that. It was 24. Oh, wait a minute. There was a K there. 24,000. I mean, I see that number quite often on my my videos, 24, but it doesn't have a K after it. Just saying.
When I looked at the difference, the discrepancy, if you will, between the number of people who were watching the videos and the number of people who subscribed, I allowed the enemy to just get to me.
Yeah. And maybe this is a video that you don't care anything about, and I understand that, but you're watching it now, and maybe you're a little bit curious. But if you've done this YouTube thing, and like I say, I'm really green. I've just got my toes in the water. I don't know a lot about it, but I can relate to this thing about looking at how many subscribers I got and how many views, and I've had some videos that far surpass the others. And anytime you can put a few zeros behind the views that you're getting, that's really exciting. But there is that up and down emotional thing of validation, and I think that might be where he's heading to. Well, I know where he's heading to because I've watched the video already, so I already know. There's this validation that we seek in a place that maybe we ought not to.
Are my people not interested in my videos? Like, how come, the majority, like 80, 90% of the people who subscribed are not interested in the content, right? I get it, right? That was just me letting the enemy get to me. This was why I didn't want to make this video. Some of you are going to judge me, but I'm just being honest with you and transparent. So about 8 years ago, I started this ministry, and I really just wanted to teach the Bible. I wanted to help people understand, truth from error, to be able to discern. I wanted to be able to help people understand how to study the Bible for themselves and have sound theology.
All right. If you allow me to be honest for a moment, that's my heart in this. I like the drama. I like to teach. I love to teach God's word, and if the Lord can use this to speak into somebody's life somewhere that I may never have an opportunity to meet face to face, but through this venue, through this outlet, be able to share my heart, I can fully relate to what he is saying here and the burden that he had. But there's this sneaky thing called success. So I'm told. I haven't experienced it yet, but if I do, I'm sure it's going to be just like this, where things get better and better and grow, and all of a sudden the bar is higher, and it's different than what it originally was. Originally it was for this purpose, but now it's morphed into this purpose, and sometimes they don't look like each other.
But as of late, if I'm just being honest, like I've been discouraged because what I've seen is a shift in the type of content that is being consumed on YouTube, that's being created on YouTube, and the type of content that, if I'm being honest, most of my subscribers are more interested in.
That's not the case with you guys, is it? You're not interested in other types of videos. You don't want me to have like dancing puppies or fail videos when having me fall off my chair, do you?
And it seems like we're living in a world where more Christians are interested in, when I put out a video on, I don't know, Beyonce's new album. The video blows up, right? 800,000 views. But when I put out a video on like the 7 last teachings of Jesus, which we worked really hard on, or other videos about, how to study the Bible.
So, before I continue on with this, the thumbnails he has, for me, when they have things of so-and-so is a false teacher, or, such and such politician is corrupt or whatever, they're not as attractive to me as sincere question marks. So a lot of his thumbnails get a lot of views because he puts out something that draws in people who want to hear the latest dirt on so and so, or they want so and so to fall, or not that that's his intent, but the way you present yourself. And I've done it on my own channel with thumbnails where you try to present it so that it attracts attention. It's like you have the truth, and then you want to pour all kinds of attractant for whatever you're trying to lure in. I'm not excited when I see a video. This worship song is not a true worship song. It's like, oh, okay. Or when it's done in a negative tone, it's not as attractive to me as something that's uplifting, something that you're going to be encouraged with.
It's like, I don't know, it just seems like the majority of Christians, or at least a lot of my subscribers, just not interested in that content. And that really broke my heart.
Yeah. There's a lot of emotion that goes into putting yourself out there in a very public way. It's done privately in my little studio there in my basement, but you're out there. And if you click the upload thing, you're out there, and you're a target for praise, or for being tormented or criticized.
If I'm being honest, because I'm like, man, this is okay. I could do a video on Beyonce, but like, is that really what you need in terms of your spiritual growth? Is that commentary on her album going to help you be a better husband, to be a better father, to be a better Christian? Maybe in some ways, yes. But, when I look at that content as compared to like giving you solid biblical principles for how to live the Christian life, there's no question. I think that this content over here is more valuable, but it didn't seem like many of my subscribers were really more interested in that, right?
Okay. Again, I applaud him for letting down the well-edited facade and just speaking his heart. But he's right. How many more conspiracies do we need? How many more nuclear holocaust? How many more? You name it. What we need is things that encourage us and lift us up. There's a lot of things that will knock us down. We need stories of hope, of redemption, of life, of humor, of things that help us in this journey, because life is hard. It's very hard, but it's also good when you have a good foundation.
And let me go back. All right. So whenever I started in 2015, I could put out a video like, should Christians drink alcohol? Or should Christians take vacations together if you're single? Or, hey, should Christians believe in the rapture? Or,
when I was going, I was just acknowledging that the video, I wasn't acknowledging that they should. I wasn't answering his question, okay? I was just acknowledging, okay. Go ahead.
An overview of the book of John or whatever it is. And people were interested in that, right? But as the content shifted, as things kind of changed, it seems to be that nowadays, what's more appealing is pop culture, celebrity culture, whether that's, Christian celebrities or non-Christian celebrities. And it's really about whose picture we can put on the thumbnail and put in the title.
To be honest, and I'm using his phrase because he uses it quite a bit, even me picking this, I talked to my son, and he suggested Allen Parr because he's got a lot of followers and has an audience that's probably similar to the audience that is starting to gather around this channel. So even the choice to do this, it wasn't so, is the word altruistic, where I wasn't really thinking about myself. Yeah, I'm thinking about myself because I want to succeed. You want to succeed. We want to do the best we can. We want to use every tool we possibly can, not compromise the truth, but we want to be vigilant not to let opportunity go by the wayside or to misuse the opportunities that we do have. Am I sharing too much?
I've got a lot of friends on YouTube whom I love dearly and I respect dearly, and they make a lot of that content, and I love them for that. And I think there's significant value in that type of content. I've done that type of content on my channel. So please don't see this as me saying that content is not valuable. There's so much value in getting a Christian biblical worldview to the things that are going on in this world, right? And bringing a Christian perspective to that.
There's something to be said about flying under the radar. He does have a lot of friends, no doubt, because he's been on there since 2015, and he's got a huge following, and he knows other creators on YouTube. But he has no idea who I am. He's never heard of me, I'm sure of it. So I'm in that, it's fun not to be known. I don't. Maybe there's going to be a day where people, walk to the other side of the street when I come by because they recognize me and don't want to have anything to do with me. I understand that. They've watched the videos. I understand that. But right now, I get to glean from his experience going through this whole process, and I like how he's coming full circle. He's coming back to the foundation. He's getting back to the basics, and it's almost like that song. The heart of worship, I'm coming back to the heart of worship. It's all about you. It's all about you. Where it's not the big performance with all the musicians. It's the intimacy of God. It's all about you. And I think that's what he's sharing even now.
So I want to talk to you guys about the future of this channel, which is really the point of this video and where I'm going with this. And I've been on YouTube for about 8 years now. And for the past 5.5 years, guys, I have been cranking out 2 videos a week.
That's a lot. I could do 2 a week, I suppose. That's a lot to make and edit. He's been busy because I think he has young kids at home too.
And my prayer is, my biggest prayer is, if you're a Christian YouTuber or you're just an influencer in general, that you would really take heed and listen to the words that I'm getting ready to say, because I know that I'm not the only one feeling this way. I know that there are other influencers who are going at the pace that I've been going at for the last 5-6 years, and it's not a healthy pace.
There's a reason why I say it's time for a nap at the end of my videos. It's not because of fatigue. It's a reminder that we don't have to go 24/7 trying to use every ounce of energy. It's okay to just rest. Just rest. Enjoy your pillow. Have bonding time with your pillow, and know that it's okay. In fact, we have a great example. God works 6 days during creation, and he rested on the 7th. And it's not because he was tired, but there's something about a time set aside. For us, it was an example to just step back. And for me, I like to say, take a nap. especially in this woke culture, if woke is this, we need to go back to sleep.
You know, whenever I put out a video and it blew up and it went viral, I'd feel good about myself. Oh man, people like my content. I'm feeling good. But then when I put out another video that maybe didn't perform so well, I found myself kind of down. So my YouTube journey, pretty much any month, was be up and down emotionally, right? Based on how I thought the videos were performing.
So what he needs is spiritual Dramamine so that he won't get that motion sickness when life goes up and down. If you have the Word of God, it helps you to stay even. Not that you're not excited about life, but it won't affect you that way. Your motion sickness when it comes to life will be very minimal.
So the way it works, guys, is if I put out a video on YouTube and let's just say 95% of the people don't watch it and only 5% of the people click on the video could be great. And I know that because I look at your comments and you're like, oh, Brother Allen, this video really helped me. But YouTube doesn't think it is. So YouTube is going to look at the fact that only 5% of the people look at the video and they're going to be like, you know what? We're not going to keep pushing this video to more of Allen's subscribers. We're going to shut it down and we're not going to push it out. And as a result, that video doesn't perform as well because of the algorithm. And I allowed myself to, I don't know, to feel like the algorithm determined my worth, right? Like if the algorithm likes my videos, then it must be a good video. But if the algorithm doesn't like my videos, then it must not be a good video.
And that's a dangerous cycle to be in. But there's one thing he mentioned. I want to highlight the fact that he was still looking for validation that his videos were good, but it was from the comments of his audience, from those that viewed him, and they reaffirmed it for him. Now, I appreciate that, and if we were to have a face-to-face conversation, he would probably tell me, "No, I know it's not the validation, their validation." That makes him feel validated. It's because God has spoken to his heart and he can witness what he's done and he can see, yeah, that's a decent video. That's a good one. That's a good message. It's solid, regardless of what anybody else says. So he did mention that there'd be validation from others. For me, when you write comments that you like this or you want to see that, it's helpful to go, okay, well, thank you, Lord, that you're sending some to just do a little pat on the back. But ultimately, it's not about anything but having the joy of the Lord in you when you get to do this kind of stuff.
My identity as a human being and as a Christian is not going to be reliant upon whether YouTube thinks my videos are good or not. Or even whether you all think my videos are good or not. So I had to take a step back and reshape myself from a mental perspective.
Well, I called him out too early. He's already saying, okay, you must have heard me. I shouldn't have called him out. Sorry. Yay, Allen.
Are good or not. So I had to take a step back and reshape myself from a mental perspective. Not only that, I've pushed my team so hard over the past few years because we're going at an unhealthy pace, cranking out so much content that my team has started to get burned out. And God forbid I lose one of my team members.
Yeah, I can't really relate to that. Team members, well, it was my team is my son and I, and he's been editing, and now he's allowing me to do more of the editing. That's probably because then he can't get blamed for it, and it's all on me. But I struck a chord. Team members, woo! See, there's almost an echo in here. Did you hear that? That? Huh.
I've wanted to do this for a really, really long time, but I've allowed fear to keep me from doing this because I was afraid that if I only put out one video a week, that my channel would suffer.
Well, his channel may suffer. He doesn't know. his channel may suffer, but he'll be blessed. He'll be blessed because he'll spend more time with his family and the other things. If God's placing it on his heart to do this, he'll be blessed. Again, we can't control how others respond to us. All we can do is be faithful to do what God has asked us to do.
Yes, I'll do some trendy content. Yes, I'll do some pop culture content, but the majority of it is, guys, is going to be stuff that I think you need, that you need. It's like vegetables. You may not like eating it, but it's what you need.
It's what we need.
Pray specifically that I step up and be the man of God that God has called me to be in this season, to my wife, to my children, to my aging parents, and most importantly, that my ministry is to them. So I know this was kind of a long video, but I just wanted to share my heart with you all on where I'm at right now in my life, as well as the future of this channel.
Yeah. That must be a load off. He must be just, okay, new direction. And we serve the God of a new beginnings. You know, Genesis, that's what it means, is a beginning. And this is his Genesis in a different direction. He's spent 8 years grinding at it, developing it, and now he's going in a different direction. I think the Lord will bless that too. It'll be different, but I think it'll be a blessing.
Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll be praying for you guys, and I hope you guys pray for me and my family and for this ministry as well. All right. I'll see you in the next video in a few days. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, there you go. That is Allen Parr. Oh, I do that every time. I keep hitting it and it replays. I need someone else to click the button, I think. Anyway, thank you for watching this. I hope it's been inspirational for you, even if you're not someone who's a channel creator or YouTuber. Take it, apply it to your life, that it's okay to dial back and get off of that hamster wheel now and then and just enjoy the rest. Enjoy the fact that you can be get off the hamster wheel, let it stop, get on and go the other direction. Huh? Anyway, so before that bell just sounded, that means subscribe and like. I would love that. I do get excited when I see a new subscriber. I go, oh, I got another subscriber, yay! So it does. It's a blessing, and your comments, and it's like, oh, somebody wrote something. That's nice. And I do get the critiques too now and then, but for the most part, it's been very uplifting, very encouraging. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time on Random Edge Productions. And don't forget to take your nap.